We had Jeff Jarrett, Samoa Joe versus Kevin Nash and Sting.
The Wolfpack. Woo! Oh man, I love to see these two guys together. I love the Legends. JC's kind of, more towards pushing the younger guys. I still think the Legends have a great heart in the business.
I just don't.
Depends how they're booked.
Not even that, dude. I'm not gonna. I know you always say I'm always towards, the younger guys, but in all reality, is that I'm not gonna cheer for two guys who are not doing it for the fans and they're just doing it to make money. And that's exactly what Sting and Nash are doing, and that's why I refuse to support them or any other legends that think that way. Wrestling is supposed to be there for the fans to help, get, the wrestling is supposed to be there for the fans to tune in and watch. When you have two guys going out there and only doing it for the paycheck and not caring about the fans and not caring about the business, why are you going to continue to employ them?
I think
that was one of the
these
biggest
guys have been
reasons.
I think these guys, just along with the Hogans and the Flairs, I think these guys have been in the business a long time. And I think,
That's the reason.
at a certain point, I think they're kind of entitled almost. They are legends, and they've earned their entitlement. Now, certain legends, you can't say, okay, you take a guy like the Brooklyn Brawler. Okay, he's been in the business for, 25, 30 years, but he's not entitled to legends. Yeah, okay, he's a quote-unquote Hall of Famer, maybe. But he's not entitled to the same legendary status as, say, the immortal Hulk Hogan, the wrestling god Ric Flair. I mean, he's not. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but still, this goes
Hogan's
back. This goes. This has
so hard.
But
You're not saying he's not entitled to his fame now, his legendary status.
Who?
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. No, it's different though. Hulk Hogan does it. He does it for the fans.
But I think
Nash and Sting don't do it for the fans. I remember last year there was rumors. There was things going around that they both no-showed a autograph convention. And also as this goes back as far as the WWF and WCW Monday Night Wars. Nash left the WWE because he was offered a bigger contract with the WCW.
Well,
he went where the money was,
well,
and he made a huge amount of money in WCW. Then went back to WWF because he wanted more money to make more money. He went to TNA and he joined the Main Event Mafia for what? To make more money. He's not in it for the fans. He's washed up. He's had numerous knee surgeries on both knees. Get him off my screen.
I think he keeps going through it for the fans. I think the fans feed him. But we're getting a little sidetracked, guys. Match. Jeff Jarrett and Joe defeated the Wolfpack.
The only best thing about this match was Jarrett and Joe. I'm a big Joe supporter, and I still care. I like Jeff Jarrett because of what he's done for TNA and the company.
And I think what Jeff Jarrett's done for the business as a whole. I think Jeff Jarrett's done a lot for the business as a whole, and I think he's one of those legends that is entitled. I did like post-match. Samoa Joe grabbed Sting's bat and kind of took a line from the movie Lean on Me. He said, "They call me Crazy Joe, now you can call me Batman," and held up Sting's bat. So I thought that was pretty cool.
And also, there's some backstage beef going on with Kevin Nash. Brian brought it to my attention when I got off of work that he posted on Twitter that he's fed up with a lot of guys at the business, and come October 24th, was it?
Come October 12th at midnight, his deal is up with TNA, and he says he's moving on. I don't know. He was on Twitter. A lot of people were attacking him. I don't know if he maybe just lost his cool and just started blowing off steam. He did make a comment along the lines, though, that Jeff Hardy said that him and RVD are rock stars, this, that, and the other, and he reiterated with the comment that these guys can barely sell out an arena of 1,000 at the Impact Zone. He used to sell out arenas of 30,000 as the main eventer, which I think is, it is true. I mean, back in the day, Nash was a huge draw. He's still, there's some loyal Nash supporters, don't get me wrong. I would go see Kev, but like JC says, he's not who he was. But let's keep going.
Next match,
we had a seriously brutal contest.
AJ versus Tommy Dreamer. Obviously, you guys all know that I rooted for AJ, and it was just a really brutal match. Definitely worth the I Quit.
The fork scene was, kind of brutal, but if you tell how he was pushing the fork, he's pushing it against these two segments right here, guys. which can kind of brace an object that wide. You see what I mean? And if you watch closely, Dreamer bladed it.
I mean, Dreamer was doing some crazy things with the Singapore cane. He put the crossface on using the Singapore cane across AJ's like whole entire face.
That is, that was a way a lot of older wrestlers got over, is by blading. And, it's a topic for a different video at a different time. But basically what they do is they hide a blade in the wrist tape. For anybody that doesn't know, younger guys, I'm sorry to let you know this, but this is the truth of the business. They hide a blade in the tape. They slice themselves above here after they get real sweaty. It carries the blood and makes it look more intense. And that's how they get over. And Dreamer is a big user of that. If you look at Divine Dudley's forehead, it's heavily scarred. Same with Dusty Rhodes and a lot of other legends.
This match was definitely match of the night, if not match of the year.
It was definitely a fantastic show. It was
definitely worth I Quit potential. And I'm just glad to see that my boy AJ came out on top like he always does, because he's phenomenal.
He is phenomenal. Go Fortune. I think it's a brilliant storyline now that they've also included Morgan, included Doug, they've included Beer Money, Kazarian. They're doing great things with him. AJ, Ric Flair. You got 7 powerhouses right there.
Double main event for
Jeff the vacant Hardy for TNA World Heavyweight title. Jeff
Hardy versus Kurt Angle. This match would have been match of the year candidacy if it had a great finish. They went at it back and forth, in ring, out of the ring, high flying on Jeff's part.
Speaking of out of the ring and high flying, for you fans out there that don't know, when Jeff Hardy did that swanton to outside of the ring, he actually dislocated Kurt's rib. Post-match, the TNA doctor was able to pop it back into place. Kurt is fine. He will be competing shortly. But very interesting that there was, Jeff Hardy's not that big of a guy, but there was enough force from him coming off.
He came off the top rope onto him, and there was concrete underneath Kurt.
Concrete. Remember, Matt's this thing.
Match was great.
Great.
I didn't like the outcome, but you know what though? We get to see Kurt for a little bit longer.
Maybe
now I guess
for glory is going to be.
Maybe it's going to be a triple threat match: Hardy, Angle, Anderson.
It is. I think that's the book match. It's just, is this going to be Kurt's? Either he's going to win the title, guys, or retire.
Yeah. I think if Kurt retired at an early age, I think it would suit him great, because he's done a lot for this business. He's toured all over the country. There's not really much left for him to do.
Yeah, they need to crown a champion at this pay-per-view. We cannot go on another day past this pay-per-view without an undisputed TNA World Heavyweight Champion. It needs to be done. They can, 2 months without a champion, it needs to be taken care of.
Next match, main event, Pope versus Mr. Anderson.
Let the money drop against Mr. Patterson. I think this was
Anderson.
I think this was one of the best matches of the whole card, if not one of the best matches I've seen in the last couple months. Ken Anderson, phenomenal. D'Angelo Dinero, Elijah Burke, whatever you want to call him, phenomenal. I think there is some legitimate tension going on between these guys.
Must have been a lot of tension when they were in WWE together. Probably when they wrestled in the Indies for a little while before going to TNA.
Yes, Ken Anderson went over and his elbow pad fell off, and the Pope was kind of doing some punches and some kicks to him before he ended up picking up the win with the mic check. And he goes over, grabs his elbow pad. He's like, "Give me back my elbow pad." And he's walking out, and he flips the double bird to Pope. And I think there's some
Pope
serious
flips the double bird to Anderson.
And that's what I meant to say. I think there's some serious tension going on between these guys backstage. Once we find out a little more about that story, we'll give it to you.
So, guys, overall, I want to say this pay-per-view is maybe 4 out of 5.
Also, guys, check out TNA Wrestling. Their Bound for Glory preview show. It was pretty good. Jeremy Borash, Dixie Carter, Jeff Jarrett, a couple other legends getting us ready for the pay-per-view. Like I said, I think Spike was just afraid to let Impact shine because of Monday Night Football.
So, guys, this is FNC Wrestling, and this has been our No Surrender review. Please comment, subscribe, review, get us out there, help send us to your friends, and we'll be back later on tonight with WWE and some more info.
Thanks, guys, and subscribe.